talking about the apocalypse and the collapse of humanity on a lot of the places. I don't know if it's just the same old donkey elephant game we call in politics Democrats versus Republicans, or if it's really about to shapeshift the planet. But I would imagine we have to go all the way out and look at the entire Milky Way galaxy and the complete universal order. I don't see any collapse or apocalypse coming down, but because there's people talking about the end of the world and all of that should be a part of our UFO disclosure. So any of you guys want to talk about the positive side, that we've been here forever, or these people have been coming and going? It's just we're starting to disclose to each other that we're not ashamed to talk about our experiences. It's sort of all-encompassing. But, Ahmad, did you copy anything that Dr. Rick Allen Miller was talking about on Jeff Rent's show last night? I'll go take a peek real quick.
No, I didn't get it. I didn't get a chance to check it out.
Okay. Well, we've had Dr. Rick Allen Miller, a very good friend of ours, and one of our author publishers involved with us, and he was on Jeff Rent's show. But he said another gentleman came on, and they were sharing. How did he explain it? There was just a brief thing about, I guess he said the word apocalypse, did he? Was that the word he used? Ahmad, do you remember today?
I didn't hear the word you blanked out. My internet's terrible tonight.
Oh, yeah, I hear something else coming from somewhere, but I'm not sure where it's coming from. Well, we've been around forever, folks, and I don't see anything that there's enough bad in the world not to have to share it on the radio in disclosure. So various people have various radio shows, and Jeff Rentz has certainly been around for a while. He has his own face, and somebody put him up for American Radio Talk Show as Jeff Rent's program as satellite radio. So radio host and how we're helping get the word out with our ACO club. We've got, I guess, anomalous. We need to discuss anomalies, but I will mention that the apocalypse is one of the Jewish Christian writings of 200 before Christ to AD, or after death, 150, which they're changing the BC and the AD from God, meaning taking it from a spiritual sense, but symbolizing energy and expectation of an imminent cosmic cataclysm. Okay, and that's when God destroys the ruling powers of evil and raises the righteous life in a messianic kingdom. But that sounds so weird, the word apocalypse. But it's used a lot in today's space industry, environmental ways of thinking. I guess it's just for each human. We get into some of the heavy part of neurology and what we are and what's in our brain versus our soul a lot of times. And we would like to stick to the scientific side, but the word just doesn't ring well. Apocalypse, or the end of the way we think of the universe. So I don't know that that's such a good idea, but they use it in literature, okay? They use it in literature. But each person, death and dying, is a part of our association, health and wellness, with the ACO Association. So how we each involve us as individuals might be part of disclosure. I'm really studying a lot at night. Ben, Pelham, and Ahmad, what were you talking about? Quantum entanglement, and they shot some stuff up in space and all of that. You want to talk about that, or what do you guys want to talk about? Anomalies is a big word. It can be anything strange. Ahmad, you got any ideas? I'll look up anomalous.
Anomalies are, our whole solar system is one big anomaly.
Well,
there's a lot of anomalies everywhere that we don't understand scientifically. The moon shouldn't even be there.
I was just going to step in and say that that's one of the things that people started saying about, well, now the moon isn't really just a big rock up there, and when that a spaceship or something like that. There's some evidence. I think you were just getting ready to touch on that the moon, in the location that it's in, the orbit that it makes around the Earth, the fact that it has a locked orbital rotation period that keeps the same side facing the Earth all the time. There's some strangeness that goes on there having to do. And we now, you mentioned it much earlier, TJ, and I was involved in this part of the Apollo. On each one of our landing stations, one of the biggest things that we did after we rendezvoused, we left the moon, rendezvoused with the command module in orbit around the moon, and then we had to separate the lunar module from the command module, and then fire the retro rockets remotely, because the lunar module ascent stage to come down and impact the moon on certain locations. And when it did, it caused the moon to vibrate and ring like a bell. And that and I posted on my website some time ago. I kept some of the seismic charts that shows the amount of ringing, whereas normally, like we do in geological surveys here on the planet Earth, they set off thumps or explosions and then record the amount of vibrations that come up. On the moon, when we had an impact and then the signals were being transmitted back to Earth, it rang for over an hour. I mean, a vibration, which basically said it's somewhat hollow inside. So, and then you can go with that. Yeah, you can go with that back to why haven't we returned to the moon? And I mean, I'll be happy to talk about it, but how about TJ, any of the rest of you want to put in a little comment about why have we not returned to the moon? If not, I will go on.
That's
I
a
could
big
make
question.
a suggestion on that.
Go ahead.
If there's a man called on YouTube, Bruce Sees All. It's his channel, Bruce Sees All, and he's found some beautiful cities up there. He's a Canadian, lives up in Vancouver, I believe, and he has a 14-inch scope and cameras set up, and he's found a way to get under the hologram, as he calls it, and at certain times he's able to reveal huge cities up there, and he has several examples of that on the internet. And if I'm not mistaken, on one of them he shows that he's measured it off, and I believe it was over 200 miles, if I'm remembering it correctly, for this one megalopolis alone that he's found up there. And if you're not familiar with him, it's the very best that I have found anywhere on the internet is Bruce Sees All. It's his work. His name is Bruce Swartz, and you might check that out. The reason I interjected there, Ken, that would be maybe a big reason that we didn't go back to the moon. We'd have a hard trouble finding a place to come down.
Yeah, let me jump in on that one, if you don't mind. And this happened after Apollo 17, and it left the lunar orbit and was on the trans-Earth insertion coming back towards the Earth. We had ham radio operators, as well as NASA, too, that picked up a transmitted signal from the vicinity of the moon, more than likely from the moon, that said, "Do not return. You're not ready." And this is, I asked that at the very beginning, why haven't we gone back to the moon since Apollo 17? We were ordered not to go back to the moon until we are ready to be able to join, in my opinion, join the Federation of Sentient Intelligent Beings. And that would, we're ready to make
each other.
And we don't want to kill each other.
We're killing each other long enough to get that done,
And with the moon, and as I said, the impacts that we made when the ascent stage would come back and impact the moon in service, and the ringing that it was evidence that it's chambered. And also, if you go to Mars, you're talking about, Johnny, you're going to have to help me here. My brain dropped out on the two major moons on Mars. One of them is pretty much definitely hollow, and to be able to maintain the orbit where it's okay. So there's so much excitement going on for us, and we need to just keep digging in and finding out what's going on, so we can be a part of this full disclosure that's going on.
Absolutely.
Anybody want to add to that? Somebody's beeping here.
Ken, I've got a battery-powered phone. It's probably my battery signaling that I need to
it
jump
could be
off.
mine.
So
I'm on the same.
I will get off and not interfere. It's been really nice talking with you tonight, all of you. And I wish all of you luck, and I'll be following you.
Every Thursday, and check with TJ. You'll find out she's almost on every night. She's doing something.
I got you. I'll be checking on her. And it's been real nice, and thank you for allowing me to make comments tonight. And wish all of you a good night.
You have a good evening. Take care. Now, how about the other team over here? Ahmed, are you still with us, me? Are you still with me, or is TJ?
Yeah.
Okay,
Here.
good. We don't have that much time.
We got about 4 minutes.
Yep.
3 minutes.
So, how are we going to be able to pull the rest of these people out there that have had experiences, that have more knowledge, and get them to contact them? TJ could probably tell better than I could where they can contact, and we can start getting their information and put it together. Because we are definitely in the phase of full disclosure, and the only way to get that, keep it moving, is the people that have that information and knowledge to come forward. And they're not going to be put in jail, because that's the whole thing with this thing about yeah.
Speaking your truth.
Yeah,
I'm
having. Yeah.
Well, various people are welcome to join us, and we have the ACO Club I put in the description, and tjmarcetradio.com. I need to start putting a lot more information out there for all our shows. But, yeah, we'd like to invite everybody to check out acoclub.app, and we'll get some more information out there on what we're doing, and tjmarcetradio.com, and then our group, ACOassociation.com. And we're going to be building our UFO Association.org organization, and we have a trade association helping other people in our business. And whatever you're into, just let us know. But Thursday nights we discuss more anomalous phenomena, I guess one might say. But we deal in alienology, cosmology, phenomenology, ufology, and we're going to come back here. Ken R. Johnston, definitely a big space advocate and going into space, but also Thomas R. Becker says he hasn't seen one, but he's one of our big artists, and he's doing some book designs for us now, and we'll be writing more about what we actually do know. And any last words, Ahmed? Are you still here? Because you dropped off once. Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. Just come check us out. We need your support. The whole reason we're doing this is to bring together like-minded people and hopefully cause some disclosure.
Please let us know who you are. Ken, you want to say how to get in touch with you, to give them your Facebook or email? Mars One Astronaut spelled out, Mars ONE Astronaut at gmail.com, right?
That's correct. I was going to tell Ahmed, you ought to go to my website right fast, because there's a little good input in there having to do with women in space, or women going to the moon and stuff. And I pretty well shot down the person that made the comment that says the plan to put women on the moon was canceled after they found out how cold it would get. Well, I tore that one apart. So you might enjoy going to my website and see how I stood up for it, because you find out the women might do better at it than we do. All right.
Did you put it on your Facebook account? Because you
instead
of your blog. Okay, so when you say go to your account, you mean go to your Facebook, right? Facebook account.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. You got it. Okay.
All right. Tell them how to get in touch with you. It's Mars One Astronaut and it's Ken R. Johnston, and you've got a number of 3148, I believe.